I needed a new ice tray and I didn't know which one I wanted. So I bought these 3 ice trays so that you wouldn't have to. We have here what I'm calling number 1, number 2, and number 3. Let's start off with this one. You have 2 ice trays and then you have an ice container with a scooper. The ice trays rest on the top of the container like this. And then the bottom here, this is silicone, right? And these are smaller ice cubes. And then this lid has these little spikes in it. And you put it here on top and then you press it down and it pushes into the silicone and releases the ice cubes into the storage container. Number 2 comes with 5 trays and 5 lids. So right off the bat, I will say that these lids are kind of flimsy feeling and they're actually really rigid plastic. Right out of the bag, the tab broke off. The bottom is black silicone. And then there's 14 cubes in each one. The lids do snap on pretty nicely. That's how they look stacked. Number 3, this one is all silicone. The cubes are rectangular. It's a completely different shape. There's 15 cubes per tray. The lids are also silicone. Okay. Let's see how easy it falls off. So I don't have high hopes for these lids. All right, let's go ahead and put some water into these ice trays. Starting off with number 1. All right, and then let's put the lid on it. Okay, so that one's done. I do like how they have these concave sections here because you can pour the water directly there and it just disperses it to the cubes. All right, and for tray number 3, the all silicone one, go ahead and throw that on there. And again, this lid just goes on too easy. All right, so let's do the spill test. And I'm giving it a good shake in all directions. I think I spilled maybe a couple drops, but it's definitely not spilling as much as I thought it would. Overall, I think this one passes the spill test. Maybe an 8 or a 9. Spill test for number 2. These are also not spilling at all. This might be a 10 out of 10 on the spill test. And now number 1, with a realistic amount of movement, it's not gonna spill. It's not a great seal, but I think you don't have to worry about it. And if you look here, it's still full of water. Time to put these in the freezer. Okay, it's been a day, and we're going to start out with ice tray number 1. The ice looks pretty good, kind of stuck here to the bottom, and you're supposed to just turn it upside down and then use this thing to press down on there. So it's not hard, but it's also not super easy. I could see maybe older people having trouble getting these. They did all come out. These are nice and small ice cubes. I really like these cubes. And it comes with a scooper so you can serve ice. Very nice. And then when you're done using it, you can just put the lid on and store it like that. All right, let's move on to number 2. Let's see how easy it is to take the lid off. Pretty easy. And let's see. Oh, they came out just when I turned it upside down. I didn't even need to crack it. And then for the few cubes that didn't, I just pressed the silicone and they came out right away. Now for the final ice tray. So you don't really crack it. They're not coming out. You really just have to put them all out, but they come out pretty effortlessly. All you do is just press it and they come right out. So these are also different size than standard. These are more rectangular. So it does appear that I overfilled it a little bit and that's why they got connected. So with this tray, you could probably expect to have that problem occasionally. Let's go ahead and just reveal which ones I think are 1, 2, and 3. Let's start off with why this one is number 3. For one, it's just weird that it's all silicone. And when you have the water in there, you have to be really careful how you hold it. And then you saw when I was taking the cubes out how there was an issue where they kind of got frozen together and then they were the hardest to get out. They just didn't come out very easily. I do think that it's cool that it's silicone for other reasons. You could put a lot of stuff in here and nothing is gonna stick. Now let's go over to this one. For one, you saw when I was releasing the cubes, it wasn't super duper easy. I don't think anybody under 50 is going to have a problem. But if you have weak wrists or you're older, you'll probably have a problem with this one. The second thing that I don't like is just the way you use the spikes to release the ice cubes. This is eventually going to pop a hole because this is soft silicone. The other thing I don't like about it, which is I kind of have mixed feelings about it, is the tray that stores the ice. Yes, this is cool to have a tray to store ice, but I would imagine most of us have like an extra storage container we could use, or we could get a container for this. But the other thing is that I've had trays like this with ice, and in the freezer, these are all going to freeze together, and you're going to have an ice pick or something to be able to break these ice cubes out. So while it seems convenient, it could end up being pretty much a headache. But for making a bunch of ice for a party use for a short time, great. Now, this brings us to what I believe is the best trays in the set of these three. They do have flimsy lids, and I did crack one while removing it, so I don't think the lids are very durable, but you do get 5 of them. So if one of them or 2 of them bites the dust, I think you'll still have 3 good ones. I like the way they release. They're definitely 100% spill proof when you're using them to carry them to the freezer. And you could put a lot of stuff in here other than ice as well, because the silicone on the bottom and just how easy they release. No problems overall with these. And they're the most similar to a traditional ice tray of what you would expect. The cubes are a little smaller than the standard old school ice cube tray, but you get 70 cubes here with the 5 in the set. I really think this is the best value out of these 3. So I hope that helps you guys make your decision when deciding to purchase one of these 3 ice trays. They all have their pros and their cons, but I'm going with this one as my number 1 pick. See you guys on the next review.